2018 Ford Fiesta Active Review. The good points of Ford Fiesta Active. It's a Fiesta underneath. Comfy seats and quiet cabin. Relatively cheap to perform. Excellent EcoBoost engines. The bad points of Ford Fiesta Active. Rolls a lot more than a hatchback. Not very capable off-road. Base trim lacks black roof. Less efficient than equivalent hatch. The Ford Fiesta Active can be a chunkier, outdoors-focused version in the 5-door Fiesta hatchback that we believe and love. It doesn't have several direct rivals, chunkier derivatives of superminis, but cars that come to mind include the Hyundai i20 Active, the Citroën C3 Aircross along with the Vauxhall Mach-E X. It sits 19 mm taller compared to the regular car as a result of revised suspension, so when you'll see from the driving section that isn't necessarily a very important thing, but overall the Active has enough in the Fiesta DNA to make sure it's just like compelling a possibility. Weighed against higher spec trims at the least. Watch, Ford Fiesta long-term test. Buy, search used Ford Fiestas available for purchase. Fiesta Active isn't off-roader. Despite its off-roader styling, the Active isn't provided by four-wheel drive, but is equipped with a slippery drive mode when you find yourself over a road without much traction. Inside layout, design is identical to your Fiesta hatchback, but features some body-colored accents to wear things up. There's another pair of comfortable and supportive front seats with the exact same color scheme. Simple trim structure. There are 3 trim levels available. Ford Fiesta Active 1. Ford Fiesta Active B&O Play. Ford Fiesta Active X. Each of these grades is very well equipped, but we feel you should try to choose the B&O Play version to get the best combination of cost and kit. At this level you receive Ford's Sync 3 multimedia system, cruise control along with a black roof. All Actives will also get roof rails, but only when you don't opt to specify the optional opening glass roof. Decent array of engines. The engines to be hit are a cut-down selection in the hatchback lineup. A 1.5-liter diesel comes in 2 power outputs -85 horsepower and 120 horsepower, while Ford's 1.0-liter turbocharged EcoBoost petrol motor will come in 4 outputs starting from 85 horsepower to 120 horsepower, including a 100 horsepower version which might be ordered through an automatic gearbox. Performance stats include 0.62 miles per hour points in the between 12.7 and 9.4 seconds, while top speeds are between 106 miles per hour and 124 miles per hour, the verdict. The Active aims to capitalize on sales of SUV-type cars if you take the Fiesta formula and lightly tweaking it with styling and suspension upgrades. It isn't much more capable compared to the hatchback, and costs a lot more than several versions we'd recommend, but there's enough appeal there to restore one from the better propositions with this sector. Ford Fiesta Active Review. Fewer engine options than hatchback. Still an excellent SP watch of choices. Our pick is 125 horsepower EcoBoost 1.0T. You've got a selection of 6 engine selections for the Fiesta Active, 2 1.5 diesels and 4 power outputs for your 1.0-liter EcoBoost turbocharged petrol. All contain a 6-speed manual gearbox except the 100 horsepower petrol, containing the option of a 6-speed automatic that we've yet to sample. We're expecting the petrols being considerably more popular. Ford Fiesta Active EcoBoost petrol engine. The 3-cylinder EcoBoost motor can be used in many Ford cars. It's turbocharged and also comes in 85 horsepower, 100 horsepower, 125 horsepower and 140 horsepower power outputs. They all have the identical 170 Nm maximum torque figure except the 140 horsepower model, containing 180 Nm. The performance figures compare as following. 85 horsepower manual, 062 miles per hour in 12.7 seconds, 106 miles per hour top speed. 100 horsepower manual, 062 miles per hour in 11.0 seconds, 112 miles per hour top speed. 100 horsepower automatic, 062 miles per hour in 12.8 seconds, 110 miles per hour top speed. 125 horsepower manual, 062 miles per hour in 10.4 seconds, 119 miles per hour top speed. 140 horsepower manual, 062 miles per hour in 9.4 seconds, 124 miles per hour top speed. At duration of riding, really the only version we've tried may be the 140 horsepower EcoBoost, plus it somehow doesn't feel as exciting the way it does within the SD line Fiesta. At the lower end with the rev range you do have to get patient to generate progress. Nevertheless, the characterful 3-cylinder warble and turbocharged surge in acceleration when you stay in gear and utilize higher RPM means it's in the same way characterful. We're undecided. You'd notice a huge difference between this as well as the 125 horsepower version, which means you could save cash by going to the lower-powered engine. Ford Fiesta active 1.5 TSI diesel engines. Depending on trim level you will get 85 horsepower or 120 horsepower on the 1.5-liter diesel motor, with torque of 215 Nm and 270 Nm respectively. The lower-powered diesel will give you 062 miles per hour in 12.6 seconds that has a 106 miles per hour top speed, even though the other will work 062 miles per hour in 9.4 seconds and embark onto 118 miles per hour. Ford Fiesta active drive modes. The active incorporates a trio of drive modes. Normal would be the default, while Eco turns down the engine's responses and that means you save fuel. There's additionally a slippery mode that adjusts the engine as well as traction and stability control settings so it will be easier to push in rain and snow. We've yet to evaluate this function. Taller stance results in more body roll. But it's still a Fiesta underneath. Easy to park and zip about. Using the Fiesta like a base for handling will probably be a great start, but this can be a model that isn't quite as enjoyable as the rest from the range. The Active uses what Ford calls rough road suspension, which has a raised ride height 19 mm taller along with a wider track width, the gap between nearly every rear wheels by 1 mm over standard car. It sits on 17-inch alloy wheels. We found there was clearly a little too much body roll for that tastes, which detracted from some on the composure we're so keen on inside standard Fiesta. It means you've got slightly less confidence in corners, which is really a shame considering that the retuned steering continues to be accurate enough to generate nimble direction shifts. However, we'd qualify this by nevertheless it's still a significant car to operate a vehicle, and when the Active has produced your shortlist this shouldn't put you off from. The turning circle is much tighter compared to the Fiesta Street, that makes parking easier. Rear parking sensors along with a rear view camera are standard only on top-spec Active X models. Colored accents jazz up cabin. Layout similar to standard Fiesta. Ford's latest multimedia systems. The Active's cabin layout is exactly as similar as the Ford Fiesta, excluding some bespoke scuff plates and intensely supportive sport seats. It also has some body-colored details, making it feel more cheerful than lower-spec standard hatchbacks. Similar to regular Fiesta hatchback. Quiet cabin and excellent seats. Body roll more pronounced. There isn't plenty of difference between the Active and also the regular Ford Fiesta in terms of comfort. The revised suspension does help keep the cabin quiet over rough roads, but we found the additional body roll as well as relatively firm damping a bit odd, especially over mid-corner bumps, to get a car in this size and shape, but did note the sports seats on all Actives are exceedingly comfortable and well supported. 3 trims to select from. Not many optional extras. We suggest B&O Play Spec. The Fiesta Active is effectively a trim level with the Fiesta lineup instead of a standalone model in a right, nevertheless it does feature its own equipment lineup. Standard Ford Fiesta Active equipment. The range starts at Ford Fiesta Active 1. 17-inch alloy wheels. Body kit featuring extra cladding. Rough road suspension with an increase of ride height. Silver roof rails. LED rear signature for tail lamps. Eco, normal and slippery drive modes. Rear privacy glass. Driver seat lumbar adjustment. Front floor mats. Moving approximately Ford Fiesta Active B&O Play Net U. Black 17-inch alloys. Yellow interior color theme. Electric folding door mirrors, heated, with side indicators. Black roof and roof rails. Traffic sign recognition. Automatic high beam. Driver fatigue system. Ford Sync 3 multimedia system with 8.0-inch touchscreen, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto and 2 USBs. B&O Play 10-speaker audio system. Cruise control. Rain-sensing wipers and automatic headlights. Illuminated cup holders. Black headlining. Top-spec Ford Fiesta Active X gets powered folding door mirrors with puddle lights. Part leather upholstery. Heated front seats. Automatic climate control. Keyless entry and ignition. Rear view camera. Rear parking sensors. Ford Fiesta Active, optional extras. On top with the above, you can purchase the following optional kit to your Active. Opening full-length glass roof. LED headlamps. CD player. Door edge protectors. Detachable tow bar coupling. Same as Fiesta hatchback for safety. Good amount of standard kit. Lots more available as options. The Active should prove an extremely safe car. It's effectively identical towards the regular Ford Fiesta, which scores a maximum 5 stars in Euro NCAP's crash tests. That's why we've used its results with this review, and show its crash test video below. Even base spec 1 cars get the subsequent standard safety kit. 6 airbags. 2 ISOFIX child seat mounting points on rear seats. Automatic emergency braking. Tire pressure monitor. Tire repair kit spare wheel optional. Lane keeping assist. Depending for the trim and optional extras you've gone for, this kit can also be available. LED headlamps. Adaptive cruise control. Blind spot warning. Traffic sign recognition. Speed limiter. Watch, Ford Fiesta hatchback Euro NCAP crash test. The Active is available to be a 5-door only, and sits 19 mm higher as opposed to regular Fiesta. In all other aspects the two cars are indifferent. Subscribe to watch concerning the Ford Fiesta's practicality.